Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we want to welcome you all to the Hello LLC. If you don't know, Hello stands for Helping Entrepreneurs Leverage Leading Web3 Optimizations, and we want more for you than from you at the end of the day. And oh my goodness, baby, we had an amazing masterclass this weekend.
We did.
With all of you guys that do not know, we had our Santa Secret Sauce masterclass. And it was absolutely amazing. For me, it helped me give me a refresh of our business and really restructure and really organize what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And we really talked about, the target audience. And 83% of businesses do not know how important your target audience is when it comes to knowing your target audience. And that's really, or should I say 73% of people are more likely to be successful understanding their target audience. And it's really for you to understand how you can tailor your marketing, utilize your resources effectively, improve your customer service experience, and really have a competitive advantage. And so often we dismiss these nuances that is the blocking and tackling for our business.
Yeah.
And just like in sports, and just like in everything, that we look at, it's the little things that matter. And once you do understand your target audience, oh my goodness, it opens up the floodgates. And, that's why we wanted to have this amazing conversation today. Find your target audience, AI to the rescue, next level marketing. So please believe this class, or should I say this helpful how-to that we do, this hack the future utilizing AI and Metaverse and Fintech. This is really where we're going to be able to show you how you can find your target audience as well, because it was so beneficial for a lot of our, members and guests that came and joined us for this weekend. This is where we wanted to expand upon this and really help out some of you as well. And if you don't know, Grandma is about to get a groove on with Christmas and Thanksgiving and all these sales. So you guys definitely be on the lookout for one of our brand new sales that is coming. Get it before Grandma does. And
get it before Grandma's sale.
Get it before Grandma's sale. And so buckle up, Buttercups. It's definitely going down. But love, what did you get from that this weekend's masterclass, right? Well, we talked about the target audience, we talked about the SWOT, we talked about AI and implementing that for the flyers and video, and then we showed people how they can truly build their weekly campaign, for their sales and services as their preventative with their business.
Well, I think the biggest thing that I will share authentically that we take for granted is the foundation. And why we're doing the room today of find your target audience. I'm going to tell you guys right now, there's been so many times I've rolled my eyes at this conversation. I don't know why, as especially when we were first starting our business, it was really just dismissive. Even in corporate America at times, I'm just telling the truth.
Oh, yeah.
I was dismissive of what our niche was, who our niche
client was.
Yeah, absolutely. For the lack of better terms, I was ignorant to the fact.
Yeah,
100%.
Straight up. I will concur on that and join you on that.
Yeah, I didn't understand the value of really what it was. Then we opened up our business and we, the spraying and praying model of if you were a human, didn't matter. We are going to share with you, and that strategy does not work either. Let's just share with you. And we would roll our eyes anytime we would go to a seminar, whether we would go over all the way into, to Vegas to an event, and we'd listen to people on the stage that would share, and they are uberly successful in what they're doing. And they would be like, you got to niche down. The tighter the niche, the more you can get down that funnel and really understand who your specific avatar is, of who your perfect client is, that you'd walk up and you wouldn't even have to say anything to them. They're just throwing money at you. Who that is, I would roll my eyes. I'm sure I'm speaking for the both of us, but I would say Mr. Jones would roll his eyes as well. But it really just came down to the simple fact that ignorant to the reasoning why. And even people who were uberly successful. And I'm talking guys, this was like an Ed Milet. These are, people like, I remember Magic Johnson talking about it when he was, when we were at an event and he was the kind of featured speaker. I've heard it so many times at so many different levels, and I would just ignore the fact. And so I think one of the biggest things I learned from this event, so that's what the question was, to loop this back and make sure people understand I haven't went, off the rails.
Not Tara.
Was really understanding that we're not the only people out there that also kind of struggle with this and the importance of it. Miss Merlin over here with us on Chatter was there, and she asked such a valuable question that I have taken for granted so many times now that we continue to niche down in our business. Now that I'm doing it, I've taken it for granted, and so it was just that conversation, the ability, to have that community, Miss Merlin posing questions that she was posing and asking about that really is just really solidified why it's so important for us to continue to share how important this really is, because we do take it for granted. Mm-hmm. And a prime example of that was, people will share, oh man, it's so nice that I have this now. Like mm-hmm. whether it's, air conditioning in their car, or, oh man, it's so nice that I can talk to this person about anything or whatever on a communication level. We at times take that for granted. Biggest thing was when we moved out of the States and we went from having central air all the time in everything that we went to every space we went to did not have central air. That taking for granted is what I found myself doing within finding your target audience for the business. So that's why I shared that analogy, so I could kind of loop that back around, showing people how we just take things for granted. Yeah. What do you got?
Well, one of the amazing questions that Miss Merlin did ask, that she said, well, David, is there different characters or different avatars of, particular, target audience that I can curtail to? And we said, absolutely. You can have, two different audiences that you're trying to curtail to. And as long as you know that when you're doing your marketing, when you're doing, your resources and things of that sort, then you can cater to both of those. And a lot of us do. Like prime example, Miss Leah is on here. She's catering to the current clientele that she has now, but she also understands the major shift of financial, of our financial system is going to the, younger generation. So that's also an actual, target audience that she has to cater to. So you can have both. And this is not spraying and praying. This is knowing your target audience. And that's so beneficial.
You have different levels of service that help different targets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For instance, a lot of times people will ask us, well, what is your business? And then we share with people, short, sweet, and simple, we're a Web3 agency. Yeah. However, we have to help people in Web2 set up their systems and their processes and their foundation in order to even pivot into Web3. We just can't pivot people from having an email into Web3. It just doesn't work as seamlessly. And the reason why I share that is because when we're sharing with people, our Web3 avatar, our perfect client niche for our Web3 services is different from our Web2 services, and so that's really important for people to understand that if you're multifaceted or have multi parts to your offerings, you can have different, some can overlap. They can be the same person. Sometimes they're completely different people. Yeah. So, that's a great point.
And another question, right, that Miss Merlin, brung up, which is why we love having you guys come and join us, because you ask questions that, all of us are thinking, but you ask questions. And she said, David, I didn't realize that, or somebody did. Miss Merlin, you might not say that, I'm not sure. But somebody asked the question, right, of, hey, so, I didn't realize that I needed to have, an income level of what people made. And,
it was Miss Merlin.
It was Miss Merlin. And she was like, I think I that was a huge eye opener, because I can't be going to a fast food restaurant, thinking that these guys can need help in leadership and what they're doing, and they don't have the money for us. And that was a great example. So many times we try to spray and pray and tell everybody what we do, but you don't have to. And another thing, just like you just shared, is that when we do talk to people and when you do know your services to the T, you know, when you do talk to a particular person, hey, this particular person might only have a website. There's no point in me even bringing up, metaverse whatsoever. So you go and you meet that person where they
are,
right? Mm-hmm. And you give them the gist of it. You might not have to have the full scale conversation, that you would need to with your actual target audience. And so that goes to, really utilizing your time more effectively. And so, you had anything else?
Well, it's going to lead us into our next kind of, portion of this conversation is all of the questions that, well, first of all, you guys see it in the title. We're talking about how AI assists and helps you with this. And I will tell you, when David and I finally sat down and did this, 6 to 7 years ago, because again, we went about a good 2 years without, really getting, solid on our niche.
Yeah.
When we finally sat down, we had to do it the hard way. We had to, and I say the hard way, like we walked uphill both ways to school.
Well, it is
in 10 foot of snow, with barefoot and a 20 pound backpack. Like, that's how I share this. Like, it's so hard, but it was where, and again, coming back to our conversation with Miss Merlin that day about that was, we don't realize how AI is such a great tool to help us because the hours of research, because it would take us hours to be, kind of go, okay, well, I like, what Ed Milet does in his business. I like what, this person does, that person does, this person does. And because I like those people and how they operate their business, I'm going to find out how they found their target audience, right?
Yeah.
And so when you do that, it comes down to the simple fact of you have to find how other people were finding their target audience. If you so happenly went to an event and someone shared with you the framework, man, you were writing as fast as you could or recording that conversation as fast as you could so you could capture that framework, because you're like, I need to know how you're making $1 million a month and finding your target audience, your niche. And I'm out here just like a wind sail just flapping in the wind, and it's not doing me any good. And so it really came down to discovering that information and then coupling it with 2 years ago, AI came onto the scene, and and over the past 2 years, AI's gotten smarter because it's been, and I shouldn't say smarter as the word, it's just developed more.
It's a learning language model.
It's learned more, exactly. So over the past 2 years, while it's been out in public use, it's been fine tuning its skill set, as we should say. And, at that point, being able to identify what you're supposed to be asking yourself to get to that point, identifying how you're supposed to be getting those, what those key questions are, and really identifying kind of, what it is you're supposed to be asking yourself. And when I share that was very similar to what happened the other day with Miss Merlin was we simply.
Go ahead, keep talking.
Does it capture on there?
Yep, go ahead. Keep talking.
I just don't want to capture a duplicate. And so anyways, at the end of the day, it comes down to the simple fact that, when we were sharing this information about demographics and lifestyle and, psychographics and all of these different graphics, and I have my quotation fingers up right now, guys, the graphics that, sharing. And it comes down to the simple fact that, mute it.
No, you're good. You're unmute on yours. You're unmute on yours.
Yes.
You're good. Go ahead.
So my point being is when we dove into those different graphics and demographics and lifestyles and, what they wear, where they're from, how much money they make a year, where do they go to eat? Do they go out? Do they cook at home? How many kids do they have? Do they have a retirement plan? All of these questions, like there are 100 different questions to be asking yourself. There we go. Sorry, guys. We had a different, a little lapse there on mine. And so as we go through that, it comes through the simple fact of going through those different graphics, demographics, psychographics, infographics of the different avatars. You're building an avatar of that perfect client. And that perfect client is that person that you walk up to, don't even have to really share anything about your business, to say, hi, my name's Tara. And they're like, what do you do, Tara? And you're like, well, I'm a this, that, and an XYZ and an ABC and a 1, 2, 3. And they're just like, take my money. This is how I want you to help me. That's a perfect client, right? And so what does that person look like? And like Miss Merlin shared, she's not going to go to some places or look in some, groups at different portions of this, because she realizes that where it is that she needs to be for her services to be accepted as a viable option. And that is one of the biggest things that I think we all have to, that we stumble on, is really coming down to the simple point of it changes. So who David and I were attracting 5 years ago is different today. It changes about every 6 months or so, 6 months to a year. And it's so important to be doing these actively at least once a year, to reanalyze your target audience. If you're a person in here, and there's a lot of people in here that I see that are business owners, you've probably already got your target audience, or maybe you need just a few more tips and tricks on how to niche down a little bit more, but you've got a good understanding of who your target audience is. But what I would share with you is, if it was 3 years ago that you did that, it's probably a great idea to do that again and refresh. Here's a little cheat sheet, like super fun fact that will help you as well. If you've been in business for a while, a year, 6 months, you got a little track record, you got some clients coming in the door, stop and look at who all your clients are, and literally write their name down, write out, their demographics, their age group, their background, their lifestyle, how they grew up. If you know those things, don't go pressing and asking, but just you have conversations with your clients. You'll start to understand who your clients are, and write down all those things that you know about them. And when you start to realize that you're writing down the exact same person, their name just changes, you'll realize who you're attracting as your target audience. And sometimes that's really helpful information, because you could be trying to market to a certain audience, and you just can't figure out why it's landing on it like a lead balloon. You're like, what am I doing wrong? I'm not getting anybody in the door. This is not working. And then you start to look back and realize that the demographic of who's coming in your door is different than who you're actually speaking to. And that's a part of this trial and error process, guys. None of us have the golden rule book of finding your target audience, and it's never going to stay just as that. It's like an algorithm. It changes. And why does it change? Because at the simple fact is, we are humans and we are changing. You're different from your 20s to your 30s, your 30s to your 40s, your 40s to your 60s, your 60s to your 80s. You're different parts of your life, right? That's the same thing within your niche and when you're in your target of trying to find that. Now, there are some special cases, that, like Coca-Cola. Let's say Coca-Cola, for example. They started with a certain niche, but over time, because they've been in the game forever, guess what? That niche, that target starts to open and widen, and it gets broader. But they had to start really, really finite at some point. When they start, any big brand had to start finite at some point, which is why you see big brands might have started off as a wellness company, and then all of a sudden they turned into, an electric company, or they turned into, a Web3 service like we did, So it just really comes down the pipeline of understanding, who you're attracting, and then actually who is walking in your quote unquote proverbial doors to do business with you. So I'll take a break, Mr. Jones, and pass that mic over to you, my friend.
Yeah.
And, point being, it was the demographics of that whole.
I love it, especially having people and tasking them to go write it down, because, and you share that, right? Because this week, or should I say on November 2nd, when we first did the masterclass, when we first did it, we had everybody write down, the age, we had to write down the income, we had to write down the psychology, and I could just feel it over the course of people hearing me say it. They were like, "Oh, nah, I don't want to do this." And then we even asked people, on the ninth, day of the masterclass, I shared with them. I said, "You know what? I didn't want to do it. When I had you guys, writing it down and asking you, about the stuff, I was utilizing it for me, and I was like, I don't want to do this shit." And so,
we'll be frank.
We'll be definitely frank and be up and honest with you guys, as we always are. Because look, and as Tarish asked with you, to be able to write down your old customer, one of the biggest things to find out who your target audience is who you used to be.
Yeah.
That's your target audience, is who you used to be, that attracted you to do your passion or do what you're doing now. That's who you should be, really talking to and figuring out. And so, I want you all to be able to understand how we're going to utilize AI. So at this time, I'm going to encourage you to press 4 buttons and come and join us in the metaverse, because we're going to be showing you exactly how you can, find your target audience utilizing ChatGPT. Okay. We're going to use us as an example, as we did for the masterclass. And I'm going to share with you guys a prompt that you can be able to implement and find your target audience right now. So you don't have that and oh, I don't know, I don't want to find out, I really don't want to go through all these 4 different demographics. Let's let AI do it for us, right? And so come and join us in the Hello Plaza. If you need any help, joining in, trust me, it's easy peasy breezy. I'll put the directions also in this view, in the view details as well. So you guys can join in and come and join from your cell phone, right? From your laptop, from your iPad. You can come and join it. If you do have the VR headsets, which you don't need, you can, but you can come and join. Love, can you go into? It's not letting me do that for some odd strange reason.
What's that?
This phone is acting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'll send you the link to just put in the view.
Perfect.
I'll actually go over here. Miss Merlin, while I do that, did you want to share or introduce yourself over here on Chatter, ma'am? Hold on, I can't hear.
Smartphone disconnected.
Yes, ma'am. 1 second. Can you put that on mute? Sorry, guys. You're taking it with you, love. Sorry. David unmuted the other phone. But we'll go back and we'll, Miss Merlin was jumping off a mic there, and to be able to share with her question and what her experience was. But we want to, invite you guys up to the stage, ask any questions, drop any comments that you might have in the chat channel.
You talk about the masterclass, which I truly enjoyed. I attended both sessions. And yes, I asked a lot of questions. And oftentimes when I ask questions, it's not necessarily because I don't know. But something, as a trainer, a teacher, I know that sometimes there are people who would like to ask something, but they don't. So I ask for myself as well as for the benefit of others who may have that question, but they don't want to ask. Because I've completed multiple avatars in the past and through my coach training and everything. But I wanted to ask that question just so people could get a clear understanding. And this was a refresher for me. And, one of the things that's so important that Tara shared is that we need to evaluate our avatar, our ideal client. It's not you select it today and it's fixed, because it changes, right? Market conditions change. Our desires change. People's situation changes. So that's a good point that Tara made that I hadn't thought about. So definitely learned a lot from those sessions. I embrace AI. I have been using ChatGPT for 2 years, and I'm using Claude. But then they introduced one that I was not aware of for the videos, and that was the in-video one, which I'm definitely going to be playing around with. So I really learned a lot from that masterclass, both sessions. So that was great. That was great value. And when they posted on LinkedIn, I really had to chime in and let people know how valuable those sessions were, because I truly enjoyed them and learned a lot. I yield the mic.
Well, thank you, Miss Merlin. That was a great point, is that, and Miss Merlin has been doing this for, a few years under her belt for sure. And the point that you made that, this information you already held, and that you've created a lot of, these avatars in the past, and just asking those questions because you as a trainer, especially with as much skill set and experience under your belt that you have as a trainer, you understand how valuable it is to be able to pose those questions, because sometimes people are a little shy and they don't want to ask that, or they think we all have this stigmatism. I hate to share, but don't raise your hand, don't ask questions, and that's why there's that saying that there's no such thing as a dumb question. There isn't, and to the person that thinks that there is a dumb question, that just comes down to more about who that person is and what they need to work on instead of who we are. And so, if there is ever someone, you guys, in your life that tells you that's a dumb question, well, you know what? At least I asked the question. And that's Mr. Jones and I laugh about that, because I'll ask some silly questions, but it's never a dumb question, right, love? Never a dumb question. So thank you, Miss Merlin, for jumping up here and sharing that, because that was such a valid point of understanding, that, sometimes we just need to ask these questions that we might already know or have done already, but we're doing that for the greater good as the whole, as well as, also some refreshing tips. I think one thing that I have learned in my human experience, and I say that people are going to be like, your human experience, what were you, a fish in another life? I don't know, maybe I was, but, in my experience in this lifetime, is that everything changes. Change is the constant change. Nothing changes, but what does change? Change always changes. Yes, that's kind of like, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? That kind of question. And so it really just, the fact that, like, Miss Merlin said, she got a couple of pointers and refreshers out of that. Like, oh, that's another way to look at it. That's a good point. That comes with, and what I mean by what I'm rambling here is, as we listen, and don't go into this world as knowing it all. And I share this from a know-it-all who is in remission. Like, I'm actively, what is it? What am I trying to say? What's the word? Anyways, I used to be a know-it-all.
You used to be?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not as bad as I used to be.
That part I would give you.
Yeah, I really have self-awareness about, hey, you're being a little too know-it-all right now, like kind of zippy. But I share that in the sense as when you don't have that mind frame, like Miss Merlin was sharing, is kind of, she knew a lot of this information, but coming in and she got some refreshers. And when you have an open mind, which is one of the, things that we say, is the one of 4 most expensive things you have on your body is a closed mind, and that will stimulate a know-it-all personality. And I speak as this because I'm speaking about myself, and so I can talk about myself. That's okay. I just don't talk about other people. So absolutely. But go ahead, love.
So Czar, I know you came up on stage. Did you want to share anything or add anything to this topic before we get into sharing, how to actually find you guys' target audience? And once again, guys, make sure you come and join us into the Hello Plaza, into the metaverse, that you can join from your cell phone, your laptop, your iPad, where literally we're going to be sharing our screen and sharing the prompts that we utilize over the weekend, the last 2 weekends of finding your target audience. So definitely make sure you guys come and join us in the Hello Plaza if you want to see the screen, or if you want to join us on the live. We're live as well on YouTube, on Twitch, on Instagram, on Facebook, on let's see here. What am I missing? I know I'm missing one. And also Spaces as well. You can watch from there. And so with that being said, go ahead, Cesar. What you got for us, brother?
Thank you, Tara, and thank you, David. I'm sorry I missed those sessions, master classes, where you guys were like teaching everybody. I have a question, like, because I'm a co-founder of Otto's learning methodology, where we have designed something on this for this part of the world, Pakistan, that where we teach. I do have some people where like they want to get more knowledge about how to
You're breaking up on us, Cesar. I'm not sure if that's just on our end or if that's on your end as well.
Where I want to add, like I can see some of my friends here. Like Joshua, okay. So he created a video where there is a small car and then 2 fingers, thumbs, they come and they press that car into a small dinghy, and then something happened, and then they talk about. Then the man appeared and he started talking like a human, reading the text. How can we learn about such advertisements or small short videos? Where because if I can learn, I can help others, and we have 200 million people here, right, David? So it's not about how. I know there are some programs we have to pay for it, and then you get that version where you can make these videos. But I still wanted to know, like, if there are any programs from which we can create these videos, I can definitely make some change here and on this part. So if you can recommend me some programs, that'll be really appreciated.
Awesome sauce. Thank you, Cesar, so much for jumping in. Awesome sauce. Thank you so much, Zara, for jumping in. I hope I said that your name right. Can you pronounce your first name for us, sir?
Zarar.
Zarar.
Yes, you said it right. Zarar.
Zarar. There we go. I had to make sure how I was pronouncing the R at the end of the day. So thank you so much for asking that question. For the AI in that realm, to be very frank, we are still vetting that out. That's how I'll say that, because we haven't found one outside of the normal channels that everybody else is kind of using, except for Poe, ChatGPT, Gemini, kind of some of those. We've stumbled on a couple of them, and they just haven't really kind of fleshed out to be where they're solid yet. So as you know, one thing we share is that if we haven't been able to find something that's kind of not, a good recommendation, we kind of don't put it out there, just because we don't want people to be more frustrated with, trying to get a task done and there's not a tool that can do it. Because I share that. Something that Miss Merlin was sharing within the conversation right before you jumped on stage and was sharing, she was on another platform, was some of the AI tools that we shared in, creating some content like promo videos and things like that are text to promo video. And she was sharing in video was one of them that we had shared with the class. My point being of why I'm bringing that up is I searched and tried out 10 different AI text to video tools that just, they just were really kind of not with it, not all there. And so that's one thing I will share within kind of that realm was it. There's a lot on the market, but there was one or two of them that we seen that worked, easy for people to utilize that didn't need to have a super techie kind of background. And sometimes some of these AIs, it just kind of gives you a mediocre product, and you're kind of like, well, that's not really what I was looking for. So I don't have any, just honestly, I don't have any recommendations for kind of that. And at this point, and I don't want to lead you astray by telling you I do. So, that's to me, I rather not someone tell me, yeah, go try out this or try that out. And it doesn't work. So what you got, Mr. Jones?
And one of the things that I would encourage you to do is probably go to our Hello AI, our Biz in a Box, the HelloLLC.io, and we have a whole entire AI guide that has well over 30 AI tools that you can utilize for your business. And I know Tara has some of the ones that we've utilized on there as well. So if you want to go download that, that'll probably be a great place to start as well with, implementing AI, because a lot of the times, I'm going to be flat out completely honest. A lot of the times we hear people talk about AI on all these social audio platforms, and they're only talking about ChatGPT, and that's all that they know. And they don't know all these other different applications out there that can help you out. And they're claiming the fame that they know AI, and they don't. Just call a spade a spade. And so be careful who you get your resources from, and make sure you understand that they know the resources at that. And so, as we get this party rocking and rolling and starting, I want you all to understand that the AI tool that we are going to use today, which you can utilize multiple, this tool happens to be the best one that we found other than Gemini, right? And when we talk about ChatGPT's been out now for the longest, almost 2.5 years now. And then there's another one called Gemini. Gemini is connected to Google. It's Google's ChatGPT, if you just want to make it short, simple, sweet. It's connected to the internet. ChatGPT free version is not, right? But what we find is that ChatGPT is great at the actual grammar and the finding discovery, whereas Gemini is more so is good at the actual the facts and the stats and things of that sort that you might need more information on. And so we've utilized both, but I'm going to utilize ChatGPT because ChatGPT also allows me to go back and edit my first questions that I've asked it, where Gemini really doesn't let you go back and edit it after a certain amount of time. So it kind of cuts you out after a certain amount of time. So we're going to be utilizing Gemini. Okay. So as those of you that are on and in the Hello Plaza, you can see that I have it in the screen already pulled up for you with Tara's avatar. So what you want to do is you want to open up a brand new tab, right, on ChatGPT, and I'll do that with you. Come on up here. Let me grab this info. Copy, right? So you want to come up here to the top, and you want to open up a brand new tab of ChatGPT where it says, "What can I help you with?" And when I say grab your information, let me go in further detail. What you want to do is you want to go to your crusty dusty website. You want to go to, any information about your products and services, and you want to just start copying and pasting. And this is why I share with you guys all utilizing this new technology is copy, paste, drag, drop. That's where we're at right now. So you're going to go to your website, your information, whatever you utilize, and you are going to copy all of the actual written piece. And when I say copy, I want you to copy your mission statement, your vision statement. I want you to copy your products, your services, the prices. If you have a breakdown of what they are, copy and paste all of those. And I'll show you how in depth, right, we went with ours. We went pretty extensive, right? Where we talked about our mission, our vision, who we cater to, right? I can actually, now that I've already done this, I can come back in here and I can redo it. And I won't talk about that, but I can come back here and redo it, which is why we say it always can be updated, right? So I put, we're a Web3 agency foundation. It's not working again. Foundation, right? And systems. And then, we specialize in Web3 business solutions. And then we're able to, I put what we do, our mission statement, all of our services, right? Everything from the rooter to the tutor. I put prices. And even if you duplicate it, that's fine as well. You can duplicate it. That's perfectly fine. ChatGPT is going to decipher all of that. Okay. So I just literally put all of that information into, the chat bot, or should I say, what can I help you with? Okay. And so does anybody, if you want to come on stage, ask any questions. Hey, David, what about this? Hey, Tara, what about that? What about this? Ask away, because mi casa, su casa, that's what this is all about. It's helping you guys understand how effective it is to find your target audience, because as we shared earlier, right, a lot of companies do not know their target audience, flat out. And when we say target audience, right, we just don't mean, just the basics. When we say target audience, we really mean where we at?
All of their graphics.
Yeah, we mean literally, do you know the actual, where am I?
Do you know where they live? Do they live in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a 3-car garage? Do they live in an apartment, a condo? What do they drive? Do they drive a Toyota Camry? Do they drive a Mercedes Benz? Do they drive a pickup truck? Do they live inside the city? Do they live outside the city? Where do they go to church every Sunday? Do they, go out to dinner every Friday night? If they do, where do they go? All of these different questions. How do they, are they, introverts or extroverts? Are they, people who are business oriented, not business oriented? Do they have retirement savings? Do they have children? Do they not have children? Who they are? All of these questions. And you're like, why? Kind of like we shared at the beginning of this conversation. Why do I need to know all this information, right? Why is it important for me to discover that, they have, 4 kids and they, have, 401ks and they're invested in an IRA and, stock and options, why is that important? And that's what, like what Miss Merlin was sharing with us before, is identifying their lifestyle, identifying that background. Sometimes it can get even more minute, if it's what kind of, maybe political stance do they have? All of these things are a part of the questions that you need to ask yourself. What state do they live in? Are they a part of the booster club, for their children, or are they, not a part of that? Do they, because they don't have children? These are questions that you ask yourself. And again, it comes back down to, why is that important? And I will share this while David brings up the extensive list of all of that, kind of the background of it. Comes down to simple, why? Why is all of that information important for me to know when I am looking at my target audience? And as I shared in the masterclass, and I will share again here today, is our bodies. Now, I know I'm going to take a little bit of a left turn on this, or a right turn. Just hold on to your hats and then we'll come back around. But all of our bodies on a daily function is ran by 95% of subconscious action. 5% of that is conscious action. Why do I share that fact? Because when you in your business are trying to identify or find a solution to the questions that you're posing, i.e. find your niche audience and who that perfect avatar of a client is, your subconscious is going to go at work at it while you're sleeping, while you're doing other tasks that you're not even thinking about. It's going to go to work. And so when you know specifically who you're talking to in your target audience, who that person, that perfect client is, your subconscious stops working on that problem and then starts working on how to market and attract that person. So when you're crystal clear about who you are talking to for your perfect client, you will then realize that then your vibrational, mojo, that when you're out talking to people, just meeting people, say, hi, I'm Tara. Hi, I'm David. It's nice to meet you. You have a vibrational energy that your subconscious is putting out. And that is now going to be what it's seeking and looking for, because it knows at the back of your mind, you're a business owner who's trying to push business into their business. And so at the end of the day, you got to talk about your business, but you're giving off a frequency. And if you're not crystal clear about what that frequency needs to be, then at the end of the day, you're cutting your nose off to spite your face, and you're not doing yourself any good. And so Mr. Jones pulled up an amazing list that we have a part of our masterclass that goes over just a few of these. And guys, the real simple thing about this is you can ask ChatGPT or Gemini, whoever you Poe, whoever you want, or Pi, whoever you want to use, you can ask them, hey, I need to identify my target audience. I kind of know these things, but I need a list of questions to niche for you to ask me so I can niche down. And I want you to include demographics, psychographics, and the behavior of my potential perfect client. And in those things, for instance, in demographics, you have age, gender, location, income level, education level. Those are just a couple of them. That's not the whole list. In psychographics, you have their interests, their values, their lifestyles, morals, things like that pop up in the psychographics. And in behavior, you have, what are their buying habits? What is their loyalty habits? Like, who are they? Are they loyal, or do they move around, because they like to find the best deal? What's their social media usage? Are they on social media? Do they like to read instead of like on their phone, or, with a physical book? What are these different things? And again, that is where you can pose this question to your AI language model that you're utilizing, and allow it to turn around and ask you questions and kind of interview you. That is where we're talking about at the simplest, little solution of the day is, I wish AI was around 6-7 years ago when David and I were starting to niche down and understand this. So this took the guesswork out of it. And we had somebody who could grab this information from other people that are using their model, their language model, and be able to say, hey, yeah, I have some knowledge on that. I can ask you questions. I can help you out, and be able to bring that forth so that way it's easier for us to identify who that person is. And again, a short little quick reminder here, if you're offering different products and that avatar is different, that's okay. That's even better, that you're aware that you have multiple avatars that you are marketing to, that's who you're speaking to at the end of the day. So with that said, Mr. Jones, you were bringing up this list to help identify that because of your use within Gemini and whatnot, and finding these different qualities and whatnot that come down the pipeline of asking, Gemini, why, who is this? Ask me a list of questions.
Yep.
One of the other things is, what if you are really already niched hard down? Like you think you're pretty niche down.
You still should be doing it.
What would be some questions or some ways that you would be able to prompt AI to help you find that maybe a little deeper or something?
Well, let's start with the basics first.
Yeah.
And then, I can definitely answer that question, but it's the same question. It's the same exact question as I shared earlier, right? That once you find the basics, just like we did earlier in our masterclass, we then could take that information that we got about our target audience, drop it in with this top piece, and be able to re-ask it even further. And so while Tara gave you guys time, hopefully you all have, been able to go to ChatGPT, go to your website, go to wherever you keep all your information at, and then be able to copy and paste that and put it in what can I help you with? And once you do that, as those of you that are in the room, I'm literally going to hit the arrow button up, or you can hit the enter button. And now it's going to give you a recap of all the information that you put about your business. And it's going to put in a whole lot better way than you can possibly imagine, that you're going to be like, dang, I do all of that stuff. And you can say yes, right? Or you can say, man, I need to probably do some more stuff, right? And so as you can see, like I put in our prices of our Pivot membership. I put in our Biz in a Box packages, right? I put in all of our services that it has. It's going over our Hello AI MotionWorks. I mean, it's going over everything that I just entered, right? About the business. Now, what I'm going to do is this something that we learned in our actual pivot, or I'm sorry, not in our pivot, but in our masterclass, is that once I get that information, I'm then going to take this prompt that we got. Get it. And now I'm going to ask ChatGPT this. Copy, and I'll read it out for you guys. But more importantly, you probably want to join our membership so you can get it. And so I'm going to go here, and we're going to go back here, right? And then I'm going to go and put in this prompt that I asked it, and I'll read it out. Hello, ChatGPT. Act as an expert in business and a business consultant in identifying the Hello LLC target audience. You want to put your business name there, right? Help me identify my business target audience with the information that I have provided you above on my company. Please generate and provide me in-depth information that will help me understand how to identify your target audience: demographics, age, gender, location, income level, education level, psychographics, interests, values, lifestyle, behavior, buying habits, brand loyalty, and social media usage, right? So I'm going to take this because I don't want none of that. Don't know why I copied all of that, but we definitely don't want all that. I was about to get a long message. I'm going to delete that. Boom, right? And then I'm going to hit enter. And my friends, instead of you thinking, instead of you asking, instead of, you trying to figure this out, let's let AI do the work for us, where it literally has now broken out each segmentation of my demographics, right? My gender says both, location says New York, California, Texas, Chicago, right? It then gives me the educational level, income, mid to high level. It then gives me my psychographics, right? Businesses and entrepreneurship, including startups and innovation, technology, gives me the value, right? Gives me the lifestyle, gives me the behavior, and then gives me brand loyalty, gives me social media usage, where my people are. So those of you that are just on LinkedIn and you think that's it, right? It's not. You should be on Instagram. You should be on Twitter, as it shares with me, right? Tells me the activities, webinars, live podcasts, virtual events, encourage them to engage, right? And share and participate. So, I mean, this literally has broken out my target audience for our business without me and Tara doing all this thinking and thinking we know and guessing at stuff. Well, we gave it the information that we know are true and facts about our business, and we let AI go and do the work. And so that's how easy breezy peasy, this all went for us, for you guys to be able to understand, how easy you can utilize this. Does anybody have any questions or anything they want to add on to this, or come up on stage and ask us any questions about this if you got caught up or anything of that sort? No? Cool. All right. So, with that being said, guys, this was just a great way for us to be able to showcase this to you guys all, and really for you to be able to understand how easy we were able to find this information, where even in our masterclass, we even went to extensive, of finding the SWOT, the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, the threats that each individual business had in their business. We then were able to determine, what holiday sales, are out there. You guys know there's an abundance amount of holiday sales out there that you definitely should be, targeting for your business, all the way from Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday. All of you should be in on November 30th, right? Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday, Green Monday, Free Shipping Day, Hanukkah, right? Super Saturday, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, Kwanzaa, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, Three Kings Day, Martin Luther King Jr.'s Day. There's so many different holidays that you all should be, implementing in your business. And these are some of the things that we talked about by understanding your products, understanding your services, understanding if maybe you want to bundle some of these things together, or, do different things, or add on, different things to your business. And so this is an extensive amount of information that you all should really tap in and learn for yourself, so you can be able to implement this information into your business and really put it to work. Tara, you got anything you want to add on that?
I think at the end of the day it's called pressing the button, and like you said, implementation. Yeah. It's, you can do the work, you can sit here and listen to us share, you can, copy and paste and utilize different prompts in AI. You can get the information back, but how are you implementing it and pressing the button within your business? Are you then, going and utilizing that information as a foundation of who you're speaking to, who you're marketing, or are you just, okay, that's great, I know who it is, and off I go and back to what I was doing? Because there is an implementation portion of this, and that's where a lot of times we don't even know where to start to find this information. And then when we do find it, do we implement it? And that's where the rubber meets the road, is, are you implementing, said tools to be able to assist you to move your boulder up the mountain, or move your, boulder down the road, however you want to look at that. But you are on a journey. And if you're not moving forward, and by implementing, find tools like AI helping you and giving you the information back, and then you're not turning around and using it. It's like buying a brand new car and not buying the wheels for it. Well, I got a brand new car. Well, what are you going to use it for? I don't know. It's just going to sit there. I don't got wheels for it. It's kind of like that. That sounds a little silly. I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense. So why are we doing it? So again, it's, you got to hold yourself accountable with that. So that would be what I would add to it, is push the button in your business. So anybody got any questions on that, home front? No, push the button, Tara. That's what we got. We know. I love it. Mr. Jones, what do we got from there?
Yeah, well, we got Professor Roxanne. She asked, where's the link for the Hello Plaza? If you guys go into press my face, press Tara's face, you will definitely see our big button that says learn more, visit the metaverse. And that takes you to our amazing biz in a box, where if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a big button that says Hello Plaza. And that right there will direct you straight into, our Hello Plaza that you can join in from your cell phone, laptop, or iPad. You press the button, there's a big button that says, play, and boom, you can do it. If you can't get into the metaverse, I'm sorry to say, we need to take your driver's license away immediately, because I'm lost on how you can't make it with copy, paste, drag, drop. It's that easy, right? And then more importantly, what do we say, baby? Read, right? Read, which is why we share with you guys all, people aren't reading. No. So if you're linking your bio, if your information that you give to people is not, visual appealing, it's not effective marketing, and you're really shooting yourself in the foot by not giving the people what they want, and that's going to help you throughout your business. And that's why we share with people, we help you keep up and understanding how invaluable these things are with the simple blocking and tackling. You cannot expect, right? A lot of people will say, ooh, that metaverse is cute and adorable. Yes, it is. But it's like us setting you up with the metaverse and you having a 1990 Honda Accord with the newest rims on it, right? It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work that you got, the oldest car, your foundation and your systems that's not up to par, but we're adding on this new speaker system. We're adding on these new rims, right? We're putting in the newest cushions and, headrest in the car. and the car engine is, got the check engine light on, your brake pads are falling out, right? A true story. I'm saying this because this was my ass. So you might be laughing, you might be, oh, damn, David, that's a little rough, but I'm talking about me. I'll never forget, I had my 1990 Honda Accord, baby blue, powder blue, and I would put the newest speakers in there. I would put
no oil in it.
I would put the oil change would get done, right? But what my problem was the brakes. The brakes. I did not. Yeah, guys, I rode my brakes so bad that my mom followed me up to the brake stop on Highway 6, and my brake pads fell out of the car when I took them up there. Like if I had drove a mile further anywhere where I was going, I was not stopping, and there was going to be a wreck. And I say,
kids.
I say that because that's the mindset that I had that most people can probably correlate to, is that we wanted to look good, but we didn't have the foundation piece in order, right? And that and it correlated, which is now I share with you guys these stories. Of when I do share, nobody thinks I'm talking noise about them. I'm talking noise about who I used to be, which is why I share with you guys, your best client is who you used to be. And so, sit down somewhere, have that conversation with yourself, put that information in. And even more importantly, I could go back in now and go through what ChatGPT gave me and add some, take away some, and redo it and see what else it comes up with. Because now, once you have your actual target audience, you then can go and find out your strengths. You then can go and find out your weaknesses. You then can go and find out your opportunities that you have coming. You then can also be able to find out the threats that are up and happening. And so once you definitely get all of that, this is where now, my friends, you can go and make that weekly campaign. Yeah. And that's something that we definitely were able to knock out of the park by showcasing, our Magic Jewel app, that people no longer have to go from Facebook to LinkedIn to Instagram to Spaces. That I know just those 4 alone, most people aren't doing that. Most people aren't even much doing 2. And when we say omnipresence and we share with people, hey, when we post and you guys see us on our social media, we're omnipresence everywhere. The average business should be on 7 social media accounts, hands down, right? Yep. It should be on 7 social media, platforms. And so this is where right now you all can take the time to really start, implementing these things into your business and be preventative with your business. And these are just little steps. And so we encourage you guys to definitely come and join us tomorrow for our amazing brain candy, sweet treats for the soul. Tomorrow, we're going to be having an amazing conversation. The heartbeat of any relationship, effective communication, right, Boo? Effective communication. Right?
We're going to learn how to level up.
Yeah, there you go. Tara came up with this during our masterclass. So you guys buckle up. It's definitely going to be a good one.
Buckle up.
You want to tell them what it means, or you want to wait?
Nope, just level.
You want to wait?
Yep.
All right, cool. Y'all gotta come tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, and then definitely come and join us for Thursday. Hello Pivot. We have a special guest, right? Miss Brenda Lise Acosta at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be from burnout to breakthrough, a journey of transformation. Miss Brenda Lise is going to be having an amazing conversation on burnout, because that's what she specializes in, and helping people with that. And so definitely come and, encourage and be a part of this conversation and see where you fit in on this. Because I know as a business owner, my ass gets burnt out. You get burnt out, I know, and so many other people get burnt out as well.
How do you know?
Trust me, I hear it. And then
effective communication. And
then, and then really, be able to move forward. And so I see we got some other people in here. Wandering Kangaroo just came in here. Anonymous Panda, welcome into the metaverse. I know you were in here earlier. So welcome.
Y'all, people on LinkedIn and Clubhouse are looking on the screen going, who is Wandering Panda?
Yeah, who's Wandering Panda?
Who are you talking about?
We're talking about in our Hello Plaza, right? And then definitely, this Saturday we have a big event. Miss Roberta Pacino, Al Pacino's sister, her amazing podcast, Kiss of Fame, is in her studio that she has, where we take podcasts to a whole new level, right? If you're looking to upgrade your podcast and what you're doing, how you're doing it, just as we are right now, you guys are able to see Tara's avatar in our 3D immersive world. A lot of people do podcasts because they don't want to go live on YouTube. I get it. Don't want to share your face. You don't have the EBGB nerves. I get that. Where now you can have, your podcast live with some actual video effect to it that's going to increase your brand recognition by 54% just with video, right? Where now you can tell your audience, just as she is, hey, come and join me on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Come be a part of my amazing podcast. Guests are going to join. Her actual special guests are going to join her in Metaverse as well. And she's going to be able to have a conversation. You as an actual guest can ask that guest a question. She has some very famous people on her podcast that you probably would never get an opportunity to talk to if you saw them out and about. And so definitely come and join on Saturday at 1 p.m. She's going to be doing her final finale of her season 1 podcast. And so definitely come and join us. But do not forget, those of you that joined us for the masterclass, you already know about this. Those of you that want to know about this, buckle up and listen up because on November 23rd, a Saturday before Thanksgiving, we're going to have the Hello LLC QVC show extravaganza where your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your sister, your grandma used to be shopping till they drop on QVC and wouldn't let you change your channel or do nothing, right? We're going to be doing the exact same thing, but this is going to be in Metaverse, where you guys can come and join us in our all new upgraded Hello Plaza that we're going to take a look at here in a little bit with Mike in the building. And so you guys buckle up, buttercups, because we're always bringing something new to you. And on November 23rd, this is going to be where you and the actual masterclass guests are going to showcase their actual holiday sales. And so prime example, we'll have Miss Merlin on there, where she joined us in our VIP membership, where she got gold access for 60 days. So she's going to get 3 appointments for the next 6 appointments the next 2 months. She's going to get 2 AI motion works, 2 AI videos made for her, 6 flyers made for her. And we're going to implement these things all into her biz in a box. And she's going to be able to have and she's going to be able to also, do some other things in our Hello Plaza, as well as the amazing Miss Leah. She joined us as well and is going to get all these amazing benefits as well, which is what we share with you guys. We can either show you, we can teach you, or we can do it for you. Either way, beat us there and meet us there. We're going to help you, really be able to put these things all in order for your business as we continue to grow and implement these things. And so definitely come and join us on November 23rd, where we're going to showcase your products, showcase your services, showcase what you do, right? Talk about your business, because as we share with you guys, you don't have a business if you're not talking about your business. And that's what we want to do. And look, if you can't make it, me and Tara will talk you up all day long. And so that's for our executive and people that that came to our actual masterclass out the gate. And so if you are wondering if you can still join this extravaganza, yes, you can. And we're going to make it even better, right? You're going to be able to join our actual Pivot membership at $7 out the gate. You can join for 1 month and you can cancel next month. I'm going to just tell you right now, okay? But you're not going to want to, because if you join us at the $7 membership, we're going to give you access to the full recording of the masterclass that we just did for both days, okay? We're also going to give you a one-on-one strategy call with Tara and myself, and it's not going to be for no measly 30 minutes. We're going to make this a full hour, okay? Not only that, you're also going to get 10 minutes to showcase your business for our HQVC holiday sale extravaganza that's just not going to be on the 23rd. We're going to be showcasing this on Black Friday, right? The Saturday of, all Thanksgiving, all Christmas, almost every single weekend, this will be on the show, right? Every single weekend. And not only that, you're also going to get access to well over 100 videos that we have within our Pivot membership. And I can assure you our Pivot membership has an abundance amount of tools that literally can show you how to do your TikTok, show you how to do your Instagram, show you how to build your Google SEO, which a lot of companies don't have, show you how to do post your YouTube, show you the basics of blocking and tackling that most people don't know for their business that they can start implementing for $7. We cannot make this any more easier for you to get access to really, pivoting your business into the future, especially as we go into 2025, right? And so, that's definitely something I want to share. And we got the lovely Miss Leah up here on stage now. How you doing, ma'am? Would you like to share who you are, what you do? Talk to us.
Hey, happy Taco Tuesday. Oh my gosh, for $7, that is a freaking bargain. I paid $27 for the master class, but it was so incredible. I learned a ton. Even though I've done that before, I've done those exercises before. I love the way that you guys just made it so clear, so much value. Everything you do is so first class. Just in the short time that I've been working with you two, I'm blown away at how much I've learned and really how you've really given that professional white glove look to my business. And I get so many compliments on it. It's just been a lot of fun. So I appreciate both of you so much. And I'd say anyone borrow $7, like do whatever you have to do to get to this class, get this special. It is so worth it. You will get every bit of $7 in return in benefits. That'll be the best $7 you've invested in yourself your entire life. I promise you. So I hand it back to you, folks. Love you too. You guys are awesome.
Well, 1 second, Miss Leah. If you could, if you guys don't know, you definitely should know, and we're going to make sure you absolutely know. Miss Leah is one of our newest gold members. VIP members that definitely, took advantage. Where we're going to be able to help her with the holiday sales. So you guys buckle up. You're about to see holiday sales extravaganza for Leah Garcia and her brand new amazing biz in a box at leahgarcia.io. That is her smart link. More than a website, definitely more than an Adobe page. Go get your downloadable free copy of Wall of Wealth that she's definitely going to be showcasing on November 23rd, where you guys can learn more about how financial literacy is caught, not taught. And Leah is definitely teaching you just as well, as long as you want to press that button and get uncomfortable about talking about your finances. Don't worry about that. Leah's not going to be worried about that. She's worried about your future, not your past. And so definitely make sure you guys tap in. Go visit her amazing biz in a box. Go visit her amazing new apparel line that she has as well. Go and sign up for her Wall of Wealth that you guys can be a part of. This is what we continue to share with you guys all. Collaboration is the new currency. And it's the new energy of really, being able to understand that there's enough abundance out here for us all to win. And all we need to do is celebrate each other, believe in each other, and showcase each other. Because guess what? There's different strokes for different folks. There's other people out there that you might like better than Tara and I, that you might like better than Leah, right? But the point is that we're being seen. We're being talked about, good or bad, more so good, because if they're not talking bad, you're not doing nothing, just FYI. So buckle up, buttercups. It comes with the territory. And so, this is where we encourage you guys to really, rebuild your foundation, rebuild your systems. And Leah would be a prime example of somebody that we spoke to right in the past. And she's like, I'm not sure about that. Not sure about that. What is this? What is that? And, once we got on the phone and we were able to showcase to her, about the biz in the box. And then once she actually got her biz in a box, night and day. And I'm pretty sure she can tell you, some differences that she had compared to her Adobe page to now having her business in a box where she's literally not the janitor anymore, where she was the janitor in her business beforehand. Leah, you want to add anything onto that?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm probably the perfect person to ask if you are feeling apprehensive. You're feeling like this is too much. Like, you know what? I'm okay. I'm good. I can get these links. I can send them out. I can direct my clients here. I can direct them to my YouTube. I can direct them there, and that's okay. I promise you, having a smart link has been life-changing for me and really giving me really the opportunity to put my best foot forward so that people can look at and really see what they need and have access to things that I couldn't have really shared with them by what I was doing before, giving them, you know, a free toolkit for resources that can help them on their own, if they're just things that they want to track with their own spending plan and things like that, and explore ways to get out of debt, that I couldn't do that easily. It really has been transformational. And the funny thing is initially Mr. Jones, Mr. Mike Drop was talking to me about getting merch. And I mean, that was when my eyes just rolled, like, this is just too much. I don't get it. And now that's one of the best things I'm like so excited about. So thank you so much. What you two did, I don't even know how to really quantify how you two were able to just look at all of the things that I have, all the social media, and really just put together the essence of who I am and what I do. And I know we've got more work to do. I mean, I'm already excited. I just can't even imagine. And it's not just what you guys do with the Biz in the Box, but it's your collaborations, your masterminding. I mean, I'm putting out now, I'm going to announce it here for the first time publicly, the Wall of Wealth for Children, which is something I never thought of doing. I never considered. I have the Wall of Wealth for business owners. I thought of doing the Wall of Wealth for women, for singles, because of the mastermind that I'm able to have with the incredible resources of Miss Tara and Mr. Mike Drop Jones. I mean, they are just like, I call them Mr. and Mrs. Claus now. They are the gift that keeps on giving. I'm going to have to really expand my vocabulary to be able to quantify exactly what you've done for me. I appreciate you two so much. And I'm so excited for 2025 to thrive and for my specials coming up and everything that you're sharing with me. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, Miss Leah, you are absolutely welcome. We appreciate the love and the support and the kind words. It's fun. It's absolutely an honor and absolutely fun to be able to see someone who has a starting point like you did, and to be able to take them through the process and give them a finished product, like your amazing Business in a Box Smart Link. You know, it really does allow you to work smarter, not harder. And that's what everything's about. Like, you know, we all do some really amazing things in this world. And just because David and I can do, you know, systems and processes and being able to build people's foundations and help them move them in and pivot them into Web3 and have those experiences, that's our little forte, you know, but don't come asking us about financial information, right? That is a Leah department. You know, we are not financial gurus, you know. And
when they say this is not financial advice, this is definitely not financial
that
advice.
part, you know, David and Tara are definitely always, this is for our entertainment purposes only, you know.
Disclosure right there.
Because again, that's not our bailiwick, and we would be not awful people, but it wouldn't be good things to do that to people and be like, oh yeah, you need to be doing this, and leading people astray. So thank you, Miss Leah, for the love and the kind, you know, words, the supportive words. And to be very frank, guys, you know, I'm going to be honest. when I make purchases from other companies, it's because of what other people say about them. It's not what they say they can do or how good their stuff looks. It's what was their experience with someone else. So, Miss Leah, that does not go over our head. That is a huge thing for David and I, and we recognize that, and we honor you, and we appreciate you. And we also want to thank you for allowing us and trusting us with your business and being able to, put it in a package to where it does help you put your best foot forward and stop having to send out all those calendar links, those calendar invites. So with that said, Mr. Jones, you want to add on to that?
Yeah, guys, once again, go check out Miss Leah's actual biz in a box at leahgarcia.io, and you will see an amazing, masterful piece put together that, she is showing around town all day long. No more business cards. She's now able to use her QR code, her card. She also has her amazing Hello AI motion works as well. And you guys be on the lookout for Get It Before Grandma sales, because everything that is in the Biz in the Box and the Biz in the Box itself will be going on a special discount. So buckle up, Buttercups. We're bringing the whole entire kitchen closet and everything else at you, where it's going to be an absolute, man, I should take advantage of this, because every single last one of you are going to spend an average of $1,628 on Christmas.
An average.
An average. My question to you is, how much will you spend on your business? And we just gave you one amazing offer at $7 to get access to the whole recording of the masterclass we just did, because it's not too late to start planning, which is why I even giving you an hour. We're giving you an hour of our time for $7. Let me just make that very crystal clear. And Miss Leah can tell you, an hour with us will set you apart like no other. Okay. So $7 for an hour of time and out of our day, let alone your day and our day together, let alone you get access to over the 100 videos that we have in our membership platform that, you can go and search in. This is $7 a month. You can continue, you can upgrade, you can discontinue, you can do whatever you want to, right? And then you also are going to be able to be a part of our Hello Plaza extravaganza on the 23rd, where you're going to get 10 minutes. Me and Tara are going to interview you, ask you about your business, ask you about your holiday sale. And like we said, that's going to be playing nonstop, throughout the holiday season. So this is also a way for you to build your brand recognition and for people to know who you are. Because real talk, let's be honest, how many people know about your business outside of your friends and family? You can only answer that question. And those are the people that you should be worried about, because if you're concerned about your family and friends supporting your business and keeping your business alive, I'm here to tell you it ain't going to happen. Just drop dead Fred. That's that old movie, right? Weekend at Bernie's. Just stop, okay? It's not happening, okay? More people don't know about your business that do know about your business. And those are the people that is your target audience, which is why we found that target audience, to make it a whole lot easier for you to be able to say, yes, you are my client. No, you work in McDonald's, all due respect, you probably can't afford this. So let me keep pushing. Here, come over here, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. This is so you are not beating your head up against the wall, as so many of you are doing, as we did when we started our business. And so in all reality, guys, this is about helping you build your business, build your brand, and really get into the future. And will you press the button? Will you invest in yourself? Will you upgrade? Will you keep up? Because I'm here to tell you, shit's changing. Okay, just say it flat out. It's changing. And it's going to be up to your ass if you're going to be the Blockbuster, right? Or if you're going to be the new Netflix. And you know what happened to both of them. Okay. So with that being said, anybody else want to add on or share a little bit more? Let's go.
Yeah, I would say if you don't have the $7, reach out to me and can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Okay. I was going to say, if you don't have the $7, reach out to me and I will help you put together a spending plan, and we'll find the $7 so that you can afford to invest in yourself. And this will be the best $7 you've ever invested in your life. The rate of return is off the hook. So push the button. Let's go. Hello, LLC.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so you guys, make sure you guys come and visit us tomorrow for our amazing brain candy, sweet treats for the soul, the heartbeat of any relationship, effective communication, where we're going to be talking about, relationships with me and Tara and, our love relationship in business. That's harder than the love one. I can assure you of that one. She just walked in, so I might get beat. Also, friendship, right?
Everybody's gonna be calling. Oh my God, I love friendship.
Right? All these things, about relationships, which we all have in any capacity. It's just having effective communication. And that's really something.
Funny story.
Come on, baby.
So the 90 days that I spent in Idaho, guys, I got really bad eczema. It was something I've had since a very young child. My dad had it. It's hereditary is what the doctor told me. Anywho, so when I moved to Houston, Texas, where it's humidity, my skin absolutely loved it. I never had a day of eczema ever when I lived in Houston. We move out of Houston and we get to central Mexico, which is 6,500 foot up in the air. And my eczema starts to come back just a little bit, though. On my hands, can't really notice it. So I go to Idaho for 90 days. Now, mind you, Idaho's only at an elevation of about 3,000, 2,500, 3,000. So it's half of what it is here. And I get eczema everywhere. My hands, my throat, my eyes, under my eyes, my eyelids, my eyebrows, my lips, my entire face. And it looks like, if you don't know that I have eczema, it looks like I got two black eyes and have been through the ringer.
Oh my God, that black guy beating that white girl.
So we laughed, guys, because, there's just, if you saw me on a live anytime during that, I looked horrendous with my skin, and I'm sure people were like, oh my goodness, we need to call a welfare check on her. So funny, funny for us because it's just, something we deal with, but domestic violence is not a funny thing. But anyways, just wanted to share that with you guys. If for the last 90 days you guys thought that I had black eyes, it was my eczema. It was not David.
Is Tara okay?
Yeah. Guys, we did have a friend call.
Y'all calling the wrong damn person. Y'all need to be calling me.
We did have a friend call and be like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, girl, it's only eczema. She's like, okay, we're good then.
Y'all calling the wrong damn person.
Anywho, there is a part of tomorrow's conversation. We share that because that is a part of, communication, effective communication. So with that said, anything else on this topic, Mr. Jones, before we go ahead and wrap this amazing room that we've done today?
No, you guys keep being amazing. Keep being, the person that you want to be. And remember that every day is a blessed day and that you have the opportunity to change it because we all have a chance. We all have a choice. And we all get to make a decision. So keep showing up, keep living, and keep breathing. And remember that everything that you got is right next to you or right in front of you. And you already got it. You don't need none of the other stuff that you want.
And I just want to tell you that grandma is in your inbox. And so in your DMs, grandma is up in David's DMs.
Y'all be waiting for grandma's sales.
Get it before grandma's sales will be hitting the streets soon.
Yes.
So check our social media, you guys, and check out those sales that we have coming down the pipeline. We are stacking the sales between now and the end of January. So you never know what we're going to pop up with. But we are doing this because at the end of the day, we want more for you than from you.
So you better tap in.
Tap in.
So with that being said, love,
kindness,
integrity,
but most importantly,
commitment,
and
consistency.
Maybe. Just kidding. But until next time, guys.
Toodles.
We love you. See you tomorrow.